So this is about winning at hackathons. So you guys might have heard from me and know that I have some sort of track record with hackathons. Well, that's because I just tend to turn up to a lot of them. So I had turned up to a lot of MOH ones and all kinds of different ones. In fact, there's a whole bunch of different types. I won't bother going into detail, but basically there's a whole bunch of different types and they all have different purposes, and it's really all about why I personally find that what I prefer is really the learn, build, share model. So it's all about basically turning up to Hackathon and just learning something completely new and breaking that entry to barrier, which is how do I use this API? And then going back and then whenever we have free time, then going off and building on something actually interesting. So going on to learning, basically you're supposed to learn like real life skills to help you in the real world, but that doesn't really work out. Normally what you're really doing is you're just breaking that entry to barrier. So try and get involved in, all right, how do I go from absolutely nothing to having some sort of Android development platform and things like that ready. So obviously nothing ever works out how it's supposed to work out, and you kind of get into, all right, this is how the learning process works. And then eventually you get to a point where it's like things seem to be working on some level, but then it all falls to shit anyway. Every now and then you'll get very, very lucky and you'll build something that is pretty cool actually. But then again, it's all just that entire process of just running in circles and trying out new things. So the big thing is just going out and building something. So going out and building something. So that could be anything from something completely serious, so like building a fancy, funky app and doing something somewhat useful, or it could be just like building some useless hardware and putting it together. Because it's all, I mean, you could even go to the extent of just being the next Taylor Swift API as well. But I mean, all you have to really understand is that all you're really doing is you're just breaking that entry to barrier. So it's how do I go from absolutely nothing to having at least some basic understanding, so then next week I can build something actually useful. So the big thing also is all about sharing as well. So what we love doing is we love sharing how amazing hacker skills we have and how pro we are at it, obviously. But what it really is just like sharing with each other of just, this is something that I've just made, it's pretty cool, and here it is, open source, so you can go off and try it yourself. Another big scary thing is, which is like what I'm doing now, is that presenting as well. So you get some really big, I guess, like advantages in learning how to present and eventually getting used to it. But the big thing for you guys is, if you guys are running Hackathon, what's the point of all this? Why do we bother? Well, why do you guys bother effectively making events so people can do this? Yeah. And the big thing is, of course, there's a huge community, and it's all about sharing and really just sharing knowledge and effectively being in an environment where it's really nice and caring and things like that. But one of the biggest points is really just being around amazing people that you wouldn't really have access to on your regular day. So having access to really amazing mentors of all kinds of different crazy fields and just having a chat with them and seeing what you can learn from them. And to be honest, my last slide, I'm just like ending on, and also it's about having fun. Because we're obviously not having a weekend, and instead of sitting at home watching Netflix, we're just out hanging out and just having some fun. And that's about it, really. Nice and quick.
Manoj. So does anyone have any questions for Manoj?
No. I would like to point out, Bevis. So, how do you actually win?
Complete luck, is it? I think one big thing is... okay, so one big thing is that whole breaking that entry to barrier thing is really motivating. That kind of forces you to want to work, to actually write code for 20 whole hours, which you wouldn't normally do without sleeping. So it's that because you're very motivated and just enjoying it and having fun in a cool environment, you tend to be a lot more productive than you usually are. And then eventually, it's all luck as well, right? Well, yeah. But that's how I've found most success, is just finding something that HTML canvas that I've never tried out and just trying it out. And then because you're motivated to try something new, you kind of figure it out.
Wonderful. Anyone else? So I'd also like to point out that's about the 4th time that picture of Hugh and his mum has appeared in the slide so far.